These are the most dangerous foods you should never eat. Pag pag is one of the most disgusting foods in the world. It's only found in one country, the Philippines. Pag pag is food salvaged from rubbish dumps, literally sitting in landfill, surrounded by flies, rats, and cockroaches. It works in 3 stages. First, waste from fast food chains is delivered to dumps. People called pagpag collectors then go to these dumps digging through landfill to find tiny scraps of food, some of which is half-eaten or rotten. These guys spend 12 hours a day collecting pagpag, making as little as $5 per week. The pagpag is then sold to nearby restaurants situated in the poorest areas of the Philippines. The next step is cooking the pack. All of the food waste is put into one pot. Various spices are then added to mask the taste. Finally, the pack is served to poor people who pay just 20 cents for a bowl. Pack can make people sick, but the people who eat this have built up strong stomachs over the years, meaning that to them it's normal. Mud cookies do not sound real, but in Haiti they're surprisingly common. And the reality behind mud cookies is even more shocking than you'd imagine. Mud cookies taste of basically nothing. They're not sweet or savory. They're hard to swallow and have no nutritional value because the cookies are literally made of dirt. People in Haiti eat these simply to fill their stomachs, as starvation can be incredibly painful. The cookies are made by mixing dirt and water before being made into discs and dried in the sun. Many people who eat these feel ashamed, but they literally have no other choice. When we haven't eaten anything, this dirt cookie fills your stomach. For most people, eating dirt would make them sick, but for these poor people, their bodies have got used to it. It hurts my heart, but I have no choice. We're forced to eat it. It makes us sick, but not the way it would to anybody who's not used to eating it. Our system is kind of used to it. Mud cookies can cause various health problems such as dental damage, intestinal problems, and exposure to parasites and toxins. These mud cookies sell for about 5 cents each, but many families in Haiti live on just $1 per day. Pani puri is an Indian street food. It's not dangerous on its own, but recently there have been various concerning incidents involving tourists going to India eating the street food and then ending up in hospital or worse. One influencer from Peru filmed himself eating the street food, even jokingly saying, "If you eat this, you will go to heaven." Hours later, he began to feel ill before collapsing. He was rushed to hospital and then did not post any videos for several weeks, leading to some believing that he had passed away, which does sometimes happen from risky street food. This is normally from contaminated water in the pani puri, which can carry bacteria, viruses, and even parasites. An American tourist ate this same street food in India, and 44 days later his brain had worms. This was due to parasites in the water used to make the food. Thankfully, he survived, but some people are not so lucky. Gutter oil chicken can be found in China. Some vendors in China have been caught frying chicken in sewer oil. It works like this. Companies buy used oil from sewers, lard factories, and industrial lubricant factories. That oil is then cheaply sold to vendors who use it to fry chicken that millions of people go on to eat. Most of the time, people eating it have no idea. Gut oil chicken can cause various health issues. Some of the bacteria is removed when the oil is heated up, but some bacteria still remains. Some gutter oil can also contain heavy metals or chemicals which can cause severe liver damage and toxic effects. Toilet water chutney sounds fake, but it's exactly how this Indian street vendor makes his chutney. He was caught on camera using toilet water to make his food. Despite the video going viral, he is still selling it to this day. The incident took place in Mumbai. According to locals, other vendors had been using the same toilet water to make their food, too. After the outrage, India's FDA launched an inquiry, but it's unknown if anything came of it. Ambis is a food eaten in Sudan. It's made from only 2 things: cheap animal feed and water. The animal feed is from the leftover material after oil is pressed out of seeds and nuts. Ambis has almost no flavor and is purely eaten for survival. It's normally only eaten by cows who have much stronger stomachs than humans. Sometimes people mix it with hay simply to prevent hunger pains. Surprisingly, ambis is expensive and many families in Sudan can't afford it. Ambis can be dangerous to eat. The leftover seeds and nuts have toxic mold which can cause bad liver damage. can also make malnutrition even worse as it makes you feel full but gives you zero nutrients. But for these people in Sudan, they have no choice. Foot dough can be found in India and Bangladesh. Dough is normally made in a factory or by hand. But in some places, dough is kneaded on the floor by foot. This is surprisingly common. The bread factories can't afford machines. So to save time and money, they use their feet as it's faster than doing it by hand. This is obviously very unhygienic. To make matters worse, the people who buy the bread have no idea. Rats, mice, and flies are all over these factories floors, with some flies even laying eggs inside the dough before it's baked, adding some very unwelcome extra protein to the bread. Surströmming is a food from Sweden. Widely considered the world's most disgusting food, surströmming is fermented herring, so basically rotten fish. The smell is enough to scare most people away. It's often described as a mix of rotten eggs, rancid butter, vinegar, sour fish, and sewage all at once. When it's placed inside the can, only a small amount of salt is added, meaning that it continues to rot, producing gases that make the can swell. People often open it underwater. Otherwise, the pressure will spray the brine everywhere, causing the smell to stay on clothing, rooms, and cars. So, strobing is so gross it's a challenge. To eat it. Surprisingly, eating it is totally safe, but most people are unable to eat it after experiencing the smell. Plastic rice is a very concerning food trend. In various countries, including China and India, plastic rice is becoming more and more common. Sometimes made from tiny pieces of rolled-up paper, making a cheap product even cheaper. But most fake rice is made from synthetic resin, a plastic which is toxic to humans. Some sellers mix real rice in with the fake rice, making it even harder to spot what's real and what's fake. Some of this fake rice has been exported to other countries, including Nigeria and other African countries. You can tell your rice is fake if it starts burning when you heat it in a pan. There's even a type of rice called natural green rice. It claims to be a specialty from northeast China, but locals have only began to hear about this in the past 2 years. People who have bought it have found it's often made of plastic and has simply been dyed green, often using toxic dyes. People who have eaten this fake rice describe it as like chewing on glue. This plastic rice can cause various serious health issues. Fake eggs are a concerning food trend in China. These eggs are not laid by chickens. Instead, they're made from gelatin and food coloring as well as other harmful chemicals, including paraffin wax and calcium carbonate. These are used to make the shell. The egg whites are made from resin, starch, algae extract, and coagulants. The yolk is made from rubber resin with yellow dye and alum mixed in. Alum is an especially toxic compound. When cracked open, these fake eggs do look very real, but when you eat it, you will notice a strange jelly-like texture and a bizarre burning smell. These chemicals are very bad for your health. Real eggs have slight imperfections on their shells, while fake eggs are unnaturally smooth. Fake eggs also don't have the membrane lining you'll find under real eggshells. Unfortunately, these fake Chinese eggs are spreading to other countries and have been seized by customs agents in various countries. Virgin boy eggs are one of the most bizarre delicacies in the world. They're from China and are made using schoolboys' urine. It's collected in buckets from schools, then added to a pot with eggs. The eggs are soaked for several days until the egg white turns yellow and the yolk turns green. Some people believe these have health benefits. If you eat this, you will not get heat stroke. These eggs cooked in urine are fragrant. They're good for your health. However, there is no good evidence that they're actually healthy. The smell is reportedly awful. Some locals say they like the smell, but outsiders describe it as unbearable. Fake walnuts have been found sold in various Chinese markets. It works like this. Sellers buy used walnut shells. They then add small rocks inside before gluing the shells back together. They then sell these fake walnuts in bulk, making the sellers tons of money. Walnuts are sold by weight, meaning the rocks inside make them even heavier. People who have bitten into these have cracked their teeth and even choked on the tiny rocks. Plastic noodles have been sold in some markets in China. These noodles were bought from a local market. The person who bought them left them in water overnight, but by morning they had not dissolved at all and instead turned into a gummy substance. The noodles were made from a plastic resin as well as industrial gums and thickening agents. One of these fake noodles was placed under a microscope. Granular substances were clearly visible. Borax was also found inside the noodles, which is considered a dangerous substance by the European Union and the UK. It's normally only used in cleaning products. If ingested, it can cause serious health issues. These fake noodles never spoil because they're not made from edible ingredients. Comment below which of these foods